All right, everybody, it's official. I think most people kind of suspected this was going to happen at this point. I think most people kind of had a feeling that we were going to get this news at some point over the next 24 hours, but we have now gotten it as of a few minutes ago. Kenneth Walker III has been downgraded to out for the Seahawks versus the Cardinals. So, no K9, Zach Charbonnet, starting running back. Presumably, you're going to see a little bit of McIntosh and maybe even a little bit of George Holani, who has been activated for this game off the practice squad or promoted to the active roster at least. So, good chance you see a little bit of him as well. But yeah, it's certainly not good. I'm not going to pretend like this is a blessing in disguise. And I know a couple people are trying to say that, but again, I'm going to say it. Realistically, what is Ken Walker really adding in terms of value to this team right now with our run blocking being as bad as it is and our run game in general being as bad as it is, right? It's one of those things where the difference between Walker and Charbonnet in terms of talent is very significant, but in this situation, the difference in terms of production is probably not that big. So I don't think this should change anything all that much. I still think that the matchup favors you in this game, and I still think you should be able to win. So, yeah, Ken Walker's out, and I mean, it's certainly not good news. Maybe it's not terrible news. Maybe it's not even bad news, but it's closer to bad than good. And hopefully he's better in time for the following games. We do have this Packers game coming up against the Cardinals, and depending on the results of this game, maybe that's a game you kind of take a little bit of a step back in anyway. So I guess there's a scenario where you give him that extra week to get right for the Vikings, because those are going to be games that are a little more weighty and impactful. But hopefully he'll be back for next week. And the fact that it took this long for him to be declared out is a good sign that he'll be able to play next week. But will not be playing this week. Other than that, Tre Brown, I think, was downgraded to doubtful. But Tre Brown doesn't really play anymore, so I'm not going to act like that makes a difference. Only way that would make a difference would be if one of our top three corners gets hurt during the game. So we'll keep an eye on that, but unlikely to impact anything. This, on the other hand, definitely impactful. Even if we want to, play the game where we say, well, production-wise, it doesn't matter. Walker's a better player than Charbonnet. Walker's a better player than anybody else in our backfield. All right. I'm going to go watch some of these college football games. I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. Sound off down below. Probably no videos until tomorrow.